who is Seymour Newman? Many people don't even know the name. But between the late 1960s and all the way up to 1980, Seymour Newman was at the top of his game as far as running is concerned. So here is a multi-talented person who ended up as one of the greatest Jamaican record holders, the greatest Jamaican track and field exponents. And so for 45 years, the 800 meters record was held by Seymour Newman, broken just a little over a year ago by Navasky Anderson. So here we have Seymour, who is almost like a recluse, a man who is afraid of the spotlight, doesn't like it at all, a man with all humility, with so many stories to tell. We won't get everything, but we're going to get a little bit of it. And whatever we get, we are grateful. Seymour, welcome.
Blessed man.
Yeah, man.
Man love, yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the background, where it all started in terms of sports, and it would be Wulmer's High School. I know you're from right where we are now, which is Cobbler, Manchester. That is where we are at his home, in the hills of Manchester. But tell us, give a little about the background in terms of your coming into sports.
Okay. We started right here in Manchester. So I played cricket at the youth level from say under 15 in Manchester, and I played a little soccer, community soccer and all that. Track and field, little bit, not much, once a year.
Yes.
Yeah, but so when I went to a trials at the Jamaican Defence Force for the Jamaica under 19 cricket team, and Mr. Bogle, the principal from Wulmer's, the principal at Wulmer's Boys School, he saw me and spoke to me and asked me if I was interested in coming to Wulmer's. At that time I was going to a school in Mandeville by the name of Bowman's Comprehensive College.
Okay.
Yes, so we decided and I went to Wulmer's. So basically once I went to Wulmer's, everything started there. Everything started, cricket, football, run, everything, because I love the sports.
Yes.
Once it's sports on the field, I like to be out there. Whether it's football, cricket, track and field, I like to be out there.
Who are some of the people who you met at Wulmer's now who are instrumental in pushing you to these great heights?
Well, the coach at Wulmer's was Mr. Ron Jones. He was a very good person to me because we always see sometime and we discuss sports and all of that. Sometimes I'd ask him which one of the sports he think is best for me. He said he couldn't tell me because I could do all of them so well. So I have to make up my mind with whichever one of them I want to choose. So it took me a while before I could settle down on the track and field though. Because it was hard to give up cricket and hard to give up football at the same time.
Yes.
But then I had to finalize and make up my mind and stick to the track and field because I decided I wanted to do something where I would be the one responsible for my success.
Yes. Yes. So
while I was at Wulmer's now, I went to champs, which I ran the 100 and 200. I was nowhere to be seen.
Oh Lord!
Because I thought I could sprint, but then when I realized I wasn't, because I'd never been on any coaching system. I came straight from the country, came to Wulmer, so I thought I could run. So I went to champs and ran the 100 and 200 now. So after that, I found out that it was a little bit too quick for me. So
yes.
The next year, I decided I'd go up. So I went up to the 4 and the 8 the next year. So at the champs the next year, I went the 4 and I ran against TC
Trevor Campbell.
In the 400.
Now a legendary sports administrator. But for those of a certain vintage will know that this was probably the most outstanding athlete to attend champs in terms of dominance. There's no question that TC could win probably every track event.
He was one of the greatest champs athletes.
Yes.
At champs that year, TC won 400. He ran 47.5 and I think I ran 47.7.
Right, very close.
So that to me was a turning point. The same year I came second to TC, we went to the CAC Games.
Yes.
In Barbados. TC ran the 8, I ran the 4 because they didn't want us to run together.
Yes.
So he ran the 8. So I won the 400 at CAC Games.
Great.
The first CAC Games in Barbados, I won the first 400 for Jamaica. And 47.2. Wow. That was a character record as well too.
Yes.
So after that, now we start focusing on the track and field. And tending to start leaning towards track and field. Because as you know, in cricket, I played for Jamaica in the 19 for 3 years, 70, 71, 72. But at the time, I was 72, At the time I was supposed to go to Barbados to play the youth, Ben Snyder's youth series.
The cricket, yes.
So I had to decide whether I want to go to the Olympics or go to play the youth series. So I didn't bother with the Olympics that year.
You went for cricket.
I went for the cricket, yeah. I went to Barbados. So after I missed 72 Olympics and I realized how important the Olympics were, I started telling myself, no, well, I think I want to go to the Olympics now. Because now I see how important it is. So I started focusing on 76 Olympics. Still training myself, you know. Still working, you know, having a coach. I was mostly doing my own work.
Yeah, you had some misgivings about coaches. Not that your experience wasn't so good.
Yes. I had some misgivings about coach because coach told the can't turn me on. Mr. Ayres was the coach I trust.
Yes.
Over the years.
Yes.
But other coaches, them
you weren't so comfortable.
Yeah, I wasn't comfortable because I saw the way they operate. Anyway, so start working myself, and so I was at school. I was at school in the States now too, you know.
Yes.
By this time, by 76.
Yeah.
So I was running for Texas Southern University.
Okay.
Because I left the junior college, went to Texas Southern. And so right up at Texas now, I was doing well, you know, running everything for the school. Because you have to run to keep a scholarship.
Right.
Because I didn't realize until I got there that you have to actually run for your scholarship. So at the school now, I used to run the 400, the 800, the 1500, the 3000, and the 5,000, and the 10,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did all of that.
Now I want to pause here because this is something extremely important. A lot of people have written about what happens to the Jamaican athletes when they go to college in the US, and there's a lot of concern about overwork. Classic example here, you were running at Texas Southern University and you were running the
400, 800, 1500 meter, 3000, 5000, 10,000, but not at the same time.
I understand.
Like, you know, each meet we want to go and win the meet, win the meets, you know, we put people in the events that can get points. So I'd give up a 400 sometime and the 800 to run the 15 and the 5,000 because I'm better at that more than most of the guys. I run the 10,000 if I have to run it to get some points. But, you know, that's how it works.
That speaks for itself.
That's how it works.
People can draw their conclusions and the studies to be done.
Yeah, but you know, we did that because it was fun for us to make our school win.
I know, and I understand.
So we'd always want to go out there and do whatever it takes us for the school to win.
Yes.
So that was that for that.
But it was killing your career as an individual.
It could because you could get mixed up and not knowing what to do.
Yes,
but I tell you something what I was doing then. I was using all of this for background work for me. So I get extra strong.
Yes.
So when I get extra strong, now when I go to the 400 and 800, I'm comfortable. Very comfortable. So I never had a problem with stamina and all of that kind of stuff. So, you know, so I came up for trial, you know, for trial. It was, and so I decided I was running the 4 and the 8 at the trials because I thought I was going to go 4 and 8 at the Olympics. So I came home and ran the 4 and qualified for the final, ran the 8, qualified for the final. So after winning the 8, I realized that I was finding it difficult, you know, to run the 4 and 8 because I was figuring that to go to the Olympics and double it was going to be tough. So I decided I'd kind of ease down on the 4 and just stick with the 8 because I think I was more comfortable at the 8, more confident myself too. I won the 8, so in the 4 now I came 3rd.
In the final?
Yeah, in the so I actually qualified for the 4 and the 8.
Yes.
Because it's top 3.
Top 3, yes.
So I went up to the Olympics now and I didn't run the qualifying times before I went to the Olympics.
Right.
So that was a little problem with the coach.
Yes.
I said the coach, no. The coach was Herb McKinley.
Okay.
So it was a little problem with him, me not running the qualifying time of 1:47.2. But so Byron Dice, who I beat in the trials, I run the qualifying time from last year.
Yes.
So Herb was sticking to that, so that Byron has run the qualifying time last year, so he's the one supposed to go because I hadn't run the qualifying time.
But my recollection is that you beat Byron by
50
well
meters.
over 30 meters,
50 meters.
in the final.
50 meters.
Proceed.
I think 50 meters. Anyway, so they decided, so I went to the Olympics. But when I went to the Olympics, I realized that this is serious business now because I'm not supposed to come here and don't qualify because I know I can qualify. So I start doing some work on my own. So I get up in the morning like 5 o'clock and hit the trail. The trail now, you go on the trail, you see Kenyans and running on the trail. And they have lights because it's dark.
Okay.
So they run with lights. So I was enjoying that, you know, part of my training. So I decided to run in a pre-Olympic meet.
Yes.
Before the thing. So at the pre-Olympic meet now, like the favorite for the Olympic goal was like Mike Boyd and Rick Waluta. Juantorena wasn't in the favorite Scott yet because he was kind of unknown to the team. So they had a pre-Olympic meet. Now Mike Boyd was going to run in that meet that night.
Mike Boyd is out of Kenya?
Yeah, from Kenya. And he's the right man for me to try.
Yes.
So I went to the thing and actually my bike just barely beat me. I ran 146.2, qualified by a second.
Well qualified.
By a second, yeah. I went to school in Texas. I was getting equipment from Cuban.
Yes.
All it, I ride through my time.
Yes.
I never out of equipment. Sneakers, spikes, whatever. But after I won that meet, Herb came to me and told me I have to change. The spikes that I'm accustomed to, that I already broken into, run into, I have to change. I need a sponsor Jamaica and I have to wear Adidas gears. So I ran in these new spikes. I felt like I had gravel in the spikes. Anyway, I qualified for the heats. After qualifying for the heats, the semis now, the first lap, I was a little bit behind. But I made up and on the back stretch now, I was leading along two of us, the Cuban, his name is Leonard Seville. Both of us was down the back stretch going side by side because I always like not to get bumps. So I was on the outside. When I was there on the outside, I felt a blow. So the blow turned me crossway. I was running this way and the blow that I got turned me that way. So I'm supposed to be going that way and he turned me that way. So I quickly turned around back, The race guy, Rick Waluta, came through the middle and
literally
punched me away.
Yeah.
Not, two of us, but he couldn't punch the inside guy because he would have gone inside of the playing field.
Yes.
He punched me because I was on the outside, so I ended up was still on the track. Because if he had punched the Cuban, he would have
gone on the inside,
ran off the track.
On the infield.
Ran off the track. So, but then I'm saying this racing, so I'm going again. So I get myself back together again, get myself back together again, and I shot back in front again. I go in front now instead. So I was leading up to 700 meters.
Yes.
680, 700 meters. I was leading now. Coming into the turn now, getting ready to put in my kick now. Waluta again.
Okay.
Came this time and laid on me. and let me show you what the man doing. Because I'll teach you something we never knew before. So, just swing on like you're running. So there I am running in front. And this man came and did like this to me.
Oh, so you can't swing again.
Keep running, man. Keep running, man. That's what the man did to me.
Yes.
So by this time now, I realized that he was serious. So I had to ease just to let him go. So he can let me go too.
Yes.
So when I let him go, I found myself in a bungle.
Yes.
So I was in the bungle trying to. So I ended up missing the finals by 100th of a second.
Yes.
The 800 meters. I ended up missing the final because of that. And more, I ended up missing the final by 100th of a second because I came 5th.
Yes.
And I was taking the top 4.
Yes.
I was really disappointed because I said, I didn't know people cheat in the Olympics. So, because I'm a young man, I guess.
Yes.
So I said, that's, and I sit there with the spikes and everything, and I said, why? When I was sitting there, I saw the board. Yeah, the board came and flashed on the board. Finals for the 800 meters tomorrow. Bam. I came. Juantorena, Carter Grippo, that Seymour Newman. I said, yes.
So apparently he was disqualified.
And he was disqualified without me being protest.
And you didn't know
because I didn't
know.
Nobody protest.
About a protest.
No one protest. Without the coach, by this time Herb McKenna was away with Donald Curry, hugging, walking out of the place because Donald had won the 200 gold. So nobody was there as coach. So I ran over now to the village, happy.
Naturally.
Knowing that tomorrow was going to be hell. Because I was ready. When I was over there, one of our girls, Carol Cummins actually.
Carol Cummins.
Carol Cummins. I said, Seymour, them take about what I do. As I didn't know an Olympic to take out a man, take out a man and put on a man and take out. I didn't know that it could happen.
Yes.
Anyway, they took me back out.
So let's get that straight down. You were listed for the finals because Walhuta had been disqualified.
Not by the protest,
Right.
but by the
Not based on the film. They just based over the film.
and the film that what the track judges saw.
Right.
Good.
And so the Americans appealed and got Walhuta reinstated. So you are now out.
Out again, yeah.
And the understanding is that Jamaica is going to now challenge that.
That's right.
And the norm would be that you
And the coach
would
attend the meeting.
All right.
Tomorrow morning.
But you were left.
I was left. When actually what happened is that we were supposed to leave like 8 o'clock in the morning. I didn't know the time, the direct time.
Yes.
But because I couldn't sleep all night, because I really couldn't sleep all night, because that was just.
Yes, it was on your mind. Yeah.
So when I finally drop asleep now, when I wake up, I look, coach gone. Coach don't even wake me.
Nobody woke you up. Yeah.
So when I wake up now, I put on my clothes quick and rush over there. When I rush over there and get to the elevator, I saw somebody coming on the elevator. It looked like the coach, but I was Mr. McKinley. So I said, Mr. McKinley, why didn't we?
What did he say?
That's that. What he said to me was that he went, I didn't go. He said, the person that got bumped wasn't me.
This is interesting. And it is as unfortunate as it is interesting because this is how probably our most outstanding 800-meter runner was kept out of the Olympic 800-meter final in 1976. And by the way, Juantorena won that.
That's right.
And also won the 400. And
Walhuta came third and
Walhuta came third and got the bronze medal. The same Walhuta
who
who held you back,
yes,
who you were beating easily,
easily.
and he managed to get over. So, I mean, one can only suggest, I mean, it's conjecture now, but there definitely was a chance of your medal in the final.
Definitely. No doubt about that.
All right, we're going to move quickly because we want to quickly, but just tell us, when did you set the national record?
Okay. So after that Olympic, actually in the Olympics, after I was discouraged and everything, and I made up my mind that I might not want to go back to no more Olympics again, because if that's the way Olympics is, I really don't care about any Olympics. Anyway, so I said, before I left this Olympics, I want to leave my name in the history of Olympics history still. So I had the 4x4 to run.
Oh yes.
So I tell myself, no, this is where I'm going to put a mark. So when a weak team, 4x4 was pretty weak.
And remind us of the team. Remember?
It was Colin Bradford, Leighton Priestley,
Alfred Daly,
and myself.
and you.
So but I tell myself, no, this is the last race for me in the Olympics, so I don't know, I have to make something up, you know. In fact, the two rounds, I did pretty well. But the first round, I didn't get my splits, but I know something about that split.
Yes.
But the second round, or the finals now, it was Alberto Juantorena for Cuba anchoring. Although we was out of it because USA gone.
Yes.
It was USA, probably Germany, probably, I don't know, but it was gone.
76, we can find
Cup team was gone, yeah. So it was, but me and Juantorena got the baton together.
Yes.
So he won the gold in the 4, you know. So anyhow, cut it short is that he ran 44-2, I ran 43-8.
There you go.
So I just leave it like that. He ran 44-2, I ran 43-8. And that 43-8 was top 5 in the history of 400 meters running. And it was 5 persons who had run sub 44. And I was the 5th one. I wanted, before I stopped running, I want to be the world leader before I stop running.
Yes.
That's Juantorena or my boy, or both of them. So I had a chance at boy in Finland. So I ran 145.2, finally get the Jamaica record in Finland.
Yeah.
And then I went on to run another meet in Europe, in Italy. But while I was going to Italy, Juantorena was on the same flight.
Yes.
But we are good friends.
Yes, tell me about that.
We are good friends. So we were sitting down, we was talking a little bit. So he speaks a little English, not much.
Yes.
So while I was talking, I said to him, I said, Juantorena, I need to talk to you. No, I said to Juantorena, I said, tell me something, Juantorena. What you see is the fault, my fault when I'm running. What's my fault? Because I know I'm having a problem, but I can't see it. So he said to me, he can't tell me because he's not a coach, but he allowed me to speak to his coach. So I said, I said, yeah, I'll speak to you. Let my coach speak to you. So when I went to Italy now, I was in my room.
Yes.
So he came in the room and asked me what's the problem. I said, I'm not finishing well. So he said to me, all right, he said, where you go to school? I said, I go to school in America. He said, in America, the American coaches say, lift, jive, lift, jive. I said, yeah, that's what they said. Lift, jive. He said, in Cuba, we don't say lift, jive. We say roll. I said, what do you mean by that? And he showed me what he meant by rolling instead of lifting. I thought it was an important, a very interesting point he made, because the moment he said it to me, I realized what he said. Because I'm here lifting, trying to run when I'm tired, and you are there rolling something. So something, you have an advantage. If two of us going from point A to point B, we are equally tired, and we have 2 barrels to take from point A to point B, 2 barrels. Which is the easiest way to take the barrel from point A to point B? And we're both tired. Is it lifting or rolling? Right away, he convinced me. He convinced me, because you don't even have to use any energy that much to roll a barrel. But you have to use so much energy to lift.
Yep.
So, I smiled at that. Because I'm going to meet Juantorena in Mexico. So I want to come over and get you some training before I meet him.
Yes, so this is now the Caribbean and Central American, what we call the CAC Games. That was called the Athletics Championships at that time. And you are going to go up against Juantorena, because Cuba is a part of that group.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
Other guys was in the race, but
yes.
I was thinking about them.
Right.
We had Charlie Joseph from Trinidad,
yes.
and Michael Salomon, 2 good quarter milers.
Yes.
But I wasn't looking at them, even though I've never beaten them before.
Right.
But I was looking straight at Juantorena, because I had a business set from Montreal, from Olympics.
Yes.
So I came straight from Italy, London, Jamaica.
Straight to Manchester, right where we are.
Right in my room. Because
yes.
my father had been in the room right when I was a little boy. So that's where I feel comfortable. So I come in and I sit down and plan a little program now. So actually, I went all over. Look here. I used to get up in the morning from right here. And I go up here. And I hit the road. And you don't know that's the road, but it's all the way up to, like to Christiana, to Shudley, to Wallaston, and back here every morning, 5 o'clock.
That's a long distance.
That's about 8-10 miles. I don't care. Because I'm looking at Juantorena now, so and you don't run against, and Boyd at the same time.
Mike Boyd.
And you don't run against those guys with weak background.
Yes.
So I used to be every morning. For 1 month I did that. My time was 6 to 8, 8 to 10 miles, and I do it by clock. Each morning when I leave, when I come back, I come. And actually every morning it's the same time actually, or even faster.
Yeah.
Alright, so after a month now, I got training and feeling strong again already, ready now mentally. Went back to Kingston now. So I went to the stadium every evening, and I just sit stadium every evening. I would stop watching my hand, because I don't trust anybody no more anymore.
Yes.
So I kept watching my hand as usual. And I run like 2,200 meters.
Oh.
Bam, 2,200 meters with no one to stop in my hand. But I wanted times. But what I was focusing on is rolling. I was focusing on rolling. So what I was doing now, I was coming off the turn, you see? Off the turn, up on my toes, and like a butterfly.
Let me pause here, because the interesting thing here is what Dennis Johnson, going back to him deliberately, because I'm a standing coach, what he brought to our sprinting sounds to me like what you mentioned about the lift and drive. Juantorena's coach, I want to put it in context. He's not your coach. Juantorena, the greatest 400 and 800 meter runner at the time, has allowed you to get a little help from his own coach. I think that's a special thing.
Just a few words.
And that took you to defeat the same Juantorena your time.
That few words that the man told me was the beginning and the end of running. Because that's when I completed the running. So we were staying in the little village in Alapa, Mexico. So I was careful because I was on a mission, so I was taking a chance. So we go to the canteen and eat, but the food here is kind of strange because, you know, it's Mexican food and it's Jamaican food.
Very hot.
So what I did to myself now, I said, I'm not going to eat where I don't know about that much, you know. I go eat where I know. So I eat most chicken, and I mix with some lemonade and eat some bread. Yeah. But you see the last day before the meet start tomorrow, everybody in my room get diarrhea.
There you go. Yes, Seymour. So it's no race day. And I know races. I never run at them levels. I never had my heart to run. But tensions, everything.
Wow.
You are up against Juantorena.
Double Olympic.
You lost to him at the Olympics.
But you
didn't run against him, but he won the Olympics.
Yeah.
And here is your chance. You don't plan to go to no more Olympics.
That's right.
So you want to make your mark.
That's
here.
right.
All yours.
Yeah, because now it comes right back to me now. That race was my Olympic race.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't get a chance to run against him up there. I would get a chance in the 4 and the 8. Both events now have him in now.
Yes.
I've been in both the 4 and the 8. So now I'm going to prove now what I could have done at the Olympics.
Yes, this is a 400 meter.
Yeah.
You are in lane 7. Now, it's difficult to run from the outside because you don't have the... In a 400 meter, everybody knows, lanes 4, 5, 6 are considered the ideal lanes because you can see some people either you can use that as your gauge. But you said that you were in lane 7. You wanted some idea of your split at 200 meters. So you called on your colleague, Ruth.
Yeah, Ruth. I said, Ruth, just when I passed 200, just tell me my split. And Ruth was standing right at 200.
Yeah.
But by this time, you know, when you run, when you get to start running, you start realizing that all the lanes is the same distance.
Of course.
So the problem is that you must know what you go there to do.
Yes.
That's what I realized. But when you go to take off, you know, when I would take off, we reached 20 meters, now Ruth said 21.7.
Wow!
So when Ruth said 21.7, I said, I took myself in and I said, comfortable, looking good. So when I hit the 300 meters mark, Charlie was up there. Charlie was in the lane.
Yeah. So I'm past him here.
So I grabbed him there, so now I grabbed Charlie at there, so I grabbed Charlie at 300, turn into the straight. So now in front now, in the straight now. So what I remember now is
roll.
So the man come, so want to come beside me now and join me now, you know.
Yeah.
And when he joined me, I at about 350. Two was just like this down the street. Down. Stripe to stripe. Two doing the same thing.
Yes, because it was you are instructed by the same coach.
And then at about 400, that 300, about 380. I said, but wait, him not going by me. And we said, no, sir, I get him now then. Because not going to get me how I feel. So, in the end, the two of us kind of hit it. Well, it's 45.6 and 45.7. So, you know, it's not much different.
Very close.
But we hit the tape together from the end to catch him in 2,
yes,
I mean 7, so with the way across. Yes. So, both of us hit the tape, actually. And we done, and we said, yeah, get him.
Finally get him.
Get him.
Yes.
So, when I done and get him now, get him, I said, yeah, get him, and I go over there and yeah, and him come over there and shake my hand.
Okay.
And him shake my hand, him say, well done, I know you would have get me one day.
Okay, so you have won the 400, but more so you have beaten Juantorena.
And that was
at that time the greatest 400 meter runner. Now you have the 800 and you're expecting again to be up against Juantorena.
No. I tell you something. I went for the 800, not the 4. So this is where it was like the toughest test in life. So when he withdrew, I was actually happy.
Yes.
Because I didn't want to beat him 2 times. I ran 146.2 to win. And the second place was like 147 or 148.
Okay.
Yeah. I was way ahead.
Yes.
And then I ended up getting 2 records, 2 CAC Games records. Because the 400 was a CAC record, new record. It was a new record.
Yeah.
And then I get the Jamaica record for the 400, which was the Hermaken record.
Yeah.
And then I had set the 800 record in Finland.
Yes, just coming second to my
couple months before. Yeah. So that was everything for me right here. You notice?
This is an amazing story. This is the big headline. Newman upset Juantorena. Because this, you have been to the Olympics, you were in the final and then not in the final. You have won CAC Games double, 400, 800 double.
Come on, again, silver.
People and you have a Commonwealth Games silver. Very few, in fact, I suggest, only Juantorena has won 400, 800 double at that high level. It is not the kind of double that's normally done. And you have it at CAC Games, which is something way above the ordinary. You also set CAC Games record. You set the Jamaica record in Finland, it was,
800.
in the 800 meters. Very few people know this about Seymour Newman. And part of that problem is because Seymour Newman prefers to live this reclusive life. But trust me, at some point in time, the story has to be told. And the story is now being told. How do you feel about all these outstanding achievements?
Well, first of all, every time I participate in an event, in a sports, I aim for the top. I started out in football, cricket, and so forth. And while I was doing those, I was aiming for the top. And the top mean representing Jamaica for me then, you know. Whether it's football, represent Jamaica, track and field, represent Jamaica, cricket, represent Jamaica. It was all about making it to the top, that level. So once I got involved in it, my aim started from Jamaica now, we're starting about the world. Because we track and field, you said national, but then start thinking about international. So all those things together was just a matter of setting goals. Setting goals and achieving goals. Goals to break record, Jamaica record, goals to be top at this and all that. Those are goals. So once I achieved the goals then that I set out now, I felt more like I could take a break.
Yes. After 45 years,
Yeah.
you have the record. It's broken. What were your feelings?
Okay, to me it took too long for someone to break it, because when I set the record, I thought it would have probably spent a little, maybe a couple of years, because I didn't go all out to set the record. I stopped my career before I even, about 50% of my career wasn't even displayed, because of the ups and downs of the thing. I didn't have the urge to keep going on and on.
Okay.
But that record took 45 years. One of the reasons why it took so long, when I set it, I said to myself, I'm going to put it on a bridge. For everybody to break it, they have to cross the bridge. Because it's right about 44 and 45. And it's hard for you to hit the stopwatch at 45.2 or 45.1. So you might have to go under 44.9. 44.8. So I thought it would have been broken long ago.
But it was a great race. I got my national record. We were standing for over 45 years. I'm coming back for World Championships because I hit the qualifying standard. I really can't complain. I'm just grateful and I'm glad that everything worked out how I was expecting it to.
Here you are at this point in time. What are your reflections in terms of your career and Jamaica's track and field?
Okay, my career. Well, for my career, I have to be thankful because as well, there's not much people that I can say helped me to do this, because I had to do my own self-coaching. I had a few guys in my life, like Mr. Howard Harris was a great guy to me. Howard Harris. Mr. Adi Hewitt was a great man to me as well. Mr. Franklin was a man who talked to me and give me an idea as how I could train. So I put things together and make it my own stuff.
This is amazing, you know. This is a Wulmer's man, you know. And the KC people won't forgive me for them. The three names he has called, the three KC people, you know. Howard Harris, Frankie Ten, and Adi Hewitt. We just had to plug that in. But anyway, but go ahead and say, and what do you feel about Jamaica's track and field?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. Since I came back home and thing, I've been closely acquainted with Mr. Howard Harris, who was a president at the great race. So, and I've been around them, and I've made a contribution. But I really don't see much wrong with what's happening right now, because they're doing good as far as I'm concerned. I mean, we have to give thanks that Stephen Francis came in and did a great job with sprinting and all of that. And Mr. Mills did a great job with pole. And other coaches, doing their little bit and stuff. But where we're lacking is the distance. I can't blame anybody for that because not much people know about distance running. You see, the little bit I share with you about my career, that's how much I learned about distance running, and that's how much I could have done for Jamaica in distance running.
Which is why I'm wondering why. Okay, the sprinting is the blue ribbon, it's what creates the excitement. But nowadays, almost every event in track and field, 10,000 meters is creating waves. So I put the 800 meters, everybody now running, want to reach 140 plus, that sort of thing. So why is it that you haven't been pulled in and to say, let us try to make a mark at 800 level?
It won't happen again because at my age now, I really don't feel like doing too much stressful work because I'm not 100%.
I know.
Alright, but for the time that I spend, I use Linton Backens as an example. That's the only one I got to work with. You see what he did?
Yes.
And he run 4 or 8, he ran 15, 5,000, 10,000 marathon. Yes. So the two best events that I could share was the 4 and the 8. Yes. And yet still I haven't been a part of that.
I will say no, I didn't even realize that you were behind the scenes with Linton. Really? And this little note here from Linton is an absolute gem. And it is telling us not just about Linton, it is telling us about Seymour Newman. So yes, of course you say you're a recluse and you're hiding, but you clearly are a man who loves to work behind the scenes. It's not for the glory, it is for just your contribution.